Here's a fun little way to play a holiday. So there's a lot going on in here. I'm just kind of making it extra funky. Just doing a little more right hand stuff, adding in some of the other instrumental stuff and some of the vocal melody, and then substituting a chord here and there. So we're going to start out the intro part. You have G major, A major, F sharp minor 7 to B minor. So we're going to go 3 on low E, 5, 4, 3, 3, mute out the A. Take that same shape up 2 frets to A major, 5, 7, 6, 5, 5. Then your F sharp minor 7, bar all of 9 from A down, 11 on D, 10 on B. In this chord we will alter, this is the only time we're going to play the root of it with that A on the 9th fret. The rest of the time we're just going to play it like this, right? This way it's more ambiguous, so it would technically be an A with C sharp on the bottom if you played it like this. But since our root is not an A, it's not going to sound like that. So if you were to play, you have an A major. But if you add in the F sharp, right? So it all depends on what the bass is doing. So I'm going to call this F sharp minor 7 throughout the song, but sometimes the rest of the time we're not going to play the 9th fret on the A string, right? So there you go to B minor, 7, 9, 7, 7, 7. So your first part you get. Second time G to A again. Then we're going to go F sharp minor to G. Thumb on 2, mute out the A, 4 on D, bar G, B, and E on 2. Then back to G major, 3, 5, 4, 3, 3. Alright, so you have. Alright, and then you can keep doing that. It does that several times. There's also this little synth part that comes in. It does this little walk down. Do a little pickup, hammer on 14 to 16 on G, get 15 on B, and then we're going to go F sharp minor, 16 on D, bar G, B, and E on 14, and take the same shape 2 frets down to E minor, 14, 12, 12, 12. We're going to go D major, 12, 11, 10, 10. We're going to go to that F sharp minor 7. You can play the root if you want. I'm just going to leave out the A string on the 9th fret. Bar all at 9 from D down, 11 on D, 10 on B. Then B minor, 9, 7, 7, 7. A major, 7, 6, 5, 5. F sharp minor, 4, and then bar 2 on G, B, and E. Back to G major, 5, 4, 3, 3. Alright, so you have. There's a little pause between the F sharp and the G at the end, right? So that'll be that if you want to play that. And then it gets into the verse. And I'm playing it a little more funky than they are on the recording. They kind of alternate. They start out playing real sparse, and then it gets funkier as the song goes on. But you can just play it however you want. So I'm going to start out playing on a B minor. I'm going to substitute G major because the bass is playing G. But I think it sounds best playing a B minor against it, because you can always substitute your major third for the tonic if you wanted to, right? They share the same notes except for one note. Like here's your G major triad, here's your B minor. Right, so I think it sounds good playing it that way. So we're at 9, 7, 7, 7. And the first 3 chords of the verse will always be the same. It's the last 2. We're going to play 2 B minors the first go around and 2 G majors the second go around, and everything else will be the same. So the first time you're going to have. Alright, so we're going to start out 9, 7, 7, 7, A major, 7, 6, 5, 5, and the rhythm is going to be a down hit, and then we're going to have a muted 8th note, and then an upstroke. So I go down, up, down, mute, and then an upstroke. And then as I change chords, I do another muted down, up before I hit the A. All right, and you just speed it up. once you get to A, then we're going to go to that F sharp minor 7, bar 9, D, G, B, and E, 11 on D, 10 on B, back to your B minor, and then we're going to go up to this B minor triad on 11, 12, 10, 11 on G, 12 on B, 10 on E. And what you can do is, since you're already barred right here on this B minor, just take your index finger, keep it on the B and E string, slide it up to the 10th fret, and then put your middle and ring finger down on the G and B string on 11 and 12. So you have... Alright, so that's going to be your first part with the B minor. Then the second time, the first 3 chords will be the same. Then we're going to do 2 G majors at the end. You'll have... So we'll go same thing, B minor, A major, F sharp minor 7. Then we're going to go up a half step. We're going to bar D down on 10, D, G, B, and E, and then bar D, G, and B with your ring finger. And make sure you keep that ring finger up so you don't mute out that high E string, because that's important, right? We will play this chord a different way down the line, I'll show you. But play it like this first. And then we're going to go to your G major with B on the bottom, your first inversion. Bar 7, D, G, B, and E, have 9 on D, 8 on B. So you get... And you just put them together and then just loop them around. Alright, so when they start out, they don't start doing those triads yet. That gets down the line in the song. They start out just playing it pretty straight. Alright, so like you could play G major to begin with, I just don't think it sounds right. But, you know, everyone's ears are different, so you go, your verse will be... Alright, and then you can alternate back and forth between using the extra triads at the end and not, if you don't want to. And then I'll start adding in some of the instrumental stuff first. So what I'll do is, when we end on G major, before we get into that lick, it's a B minor lick that's going to take place of the first chord we play. So instead of playing B minor, we're going to play this lick and then go into our chord progression. So after you hit G the last time, just hit these 2 G's once. You'll go... Alright, so that's how you'll get into it. Then you're going to go down up on 7, bar B and E on 7. Then hit 10 on B and E and slide into 12. And then go back and hit 10. Just pick it. Okay, and then we're going to go straight to A major. 7, 6, 5, 5. And I kind of do a triplet mute in between. Alright, then we're going to go back to F sharp minor 7. Back to B minor. Okay, then do the lick again. A major, F sharp minor. And then you can finish with G. Go back and forth, right? And then we get into, if you wanted to, instead of going like this, you could stay on this chord right here and just put your pinky down on the 10th fret on E and go. They share all the same notes. The only difference, the reason it sounds slightly different, is because the B and E string, we now have G and D on the B and E string. Up here we have B and D. So we're just alternating between the 5 and 6 of G or the root and 5 of G, right? Or I'm sorry, yeah. The 3rd and the 5th of G instead of the root and the 5. So you can play that too. and then we get into the holiday part. So you have, and I just hit it once and then mute it twice, bar B and E on 5, hit it again, and then I slide it into 7. And then I'm going to hit B minor just once while I'm there, and then go back to A. And your F sharp minor 7 to your B minor, same progression, right? It's all the same progression that we've been doing, we're just throwing licks in between them. So you get, alright, then you can do your G. And you can do that, it would be so nice part, just hang on the A, and just go down up twice. And go to your F sharp minor 7 to your G, right? So you just have Alright, so that's your verses. Those are some things you can use if you want to. And then you could also, if you want to go a step further, you could play the vocal melody because it sits right in your first box of B minor pentatonic, right? So if you wanted to get extra funky, it doesn't sound that great playing along to the song, but when you're playing by yourself, it'll work out. If you wanted to play the vocal melody when she starts singing, you could get into it and go like, let's see here. So if you want to play around and mess with the actual singing part of it, you can just hammer on between D and G and slide into that flat 5 on 10th fret G. Just pull off 9 to 7 on G and D, and just kind of mess around and just kind of try to find the vocal if you want. And then you're just going to go from F sharp minor 7 to B flat or B minor, and then you repeat that. And the second time F sharp minor 7 to G major. Alright. And you go, it would be do that same thing there. So those are just some things to mess with if you want, and that's it. It's around 117 beats a minute. If you want to make a loop or something, just practice slow and have fun.